So,
Oh God.
are we? What
How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with it.
Then I'm okay with it too.
Then let's.
I think this deserves it.
I think so too.
We do this.
Pick it up, Tony.
Squirrels would have ate it anyway.
Pick it up.
Welcome to This Time with Daniel and Shahbaz. Today we're talking about Green Book.
Yeah.
Now, Green Book, did it come out this weekend?
It came out this past weekend.
This past weekend.
Yeah, this past weekend. But it opened at TIFF as well too.
It opened at TIFF. I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember we tried to get tickets because we saw this commercial or the trailer for the movie,
Yeah.
and we were like, "This looks really fun."
It looks really good.
You know, Viggo Mortensen. We love him because we're big fans of Lord of the Rings,
Yep.
and Mahershala Ali
Yep.
from Moonlight, and everything pretty much else he's done.
Luke Cage. Both of these actors have great bodies of work.
Yeah.
You know, like with Viggo, like Eastern Promises is one of my favorite movies. History of Violence. Like these guys have great bodies of work, and
Great bodies too.
they do.
Yeah.
They definitely do, and I think their chemistry in this movie is just awesome.
It's really
It's really
good.
cool. So tee up with the story of this. What's this? What brings these two?
Hey, what brings these two
what
guys
brings these
together,
guys
eh?
together, huh? You tell me right now.
So basically, Green Book is about Don Schultz. Was his name?
Yes.
Right, and he is a musician, one of the first African American, I guess, piano players that was allowed to travel on a road trip with his band, or
Right.
I guess
His trio.
concerto trio.
Yeah.
Concerto. And Viggo Mortensen's character Tony Lip
Yeah.
has been assigned as his valet, bodyguard. You know,
Kind of does everything.
Yeah, he's like a man of many jobs.
Right.
You know. And he's been hired by the record label to basically take him around because the tour is heading towards the Deep South.
Right.
And this movie takes place in the 1960s.
Yeah. 1962.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Deep South was not a friendly place to African Americans at that
Right.
time. And
At that
I know when we were saying, I know when we were saying, what sounds like, honestly, like a very heavy film.
It sounds very heavy, and I'll be honest, with every new, I guess, state
Layer.
we're just like, oh god, no,
Oh, no.
oh no, oh no.
Alabama.
But I think this movie is surprisingly lighthearted. I think.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get bogged down in terms of trying to force you to feel a certain way. This movie doesn't think the audience is dumb.
No.
And I think the best thing that this movie does is that it alludes to things, it shows you things, and you know how to feel.
Yeah.
And the movie trusts you to do that, to trust that you've seen stories like this told before, and that's what allows it to really build on the chemistry of Viggo and Mahershala in this movie.
The characters are absolutely fantastic. And on top of that, I remember I looked at you and I said, "Hey, this is kind of giving me like a '90s movie vibe,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
where any scenario, any circumstance that happens, the consequences are heavy, but they're not overbearing and they're not
Right.
making you go, oh
Yeah.
man, like I can't do the scene
Yeah.
right now. Like I had a good time watching this
Yeah.
film, yet still learning a lot.
Yeah, and I think Viggo just does
So good.
such a beautiful job in this movie. And he starts off, you see him kind of start off as a nightclub bouncer,
Yeah.
and you could just tell that he's this guy from New York, from the Bronx, trying to survive, trying to make way for his family. And honestly, I don't want to spoil anything in this
No.
movie, obviously, but
No.
the things that he does to kind of get by at the beginning, like you really start falling in love with this character because he's like the wise guy. He's cool. Like
Yeah.
you anytime he's on screen, like you can't take your eyes off him.
No. And what's great is that both characters have such polar opposite personalities that by the end of the film, it's almost like they meet in the middle.
Yeah.
And when they meet, it's so beautiful. And this is one of those few films I just didn't want it to end.
No.
The pacing is perfect. The acting is perfect.
It flew by. This movie's 2
Yeah.
hours and 11 minutes, and at the end I was just like, the biggest thing, like we were talking in the car, like what don't we like about this movie? And I'm like, that it ended. Like
Yeah.
as silly as that sounds, I'm like, oh man, like I could have gone for more of these characters because you just fall so in love with them.
100%. And I'm sure during award season, which this movie is going to be definitely...
I think they're going to get their due in
I think
this.
they're going to get the due. And Peter Farrelly directed it, one of the Farrelly brothers.
Yeah, one of the Farley brothers, and
That's
it's
crazy.
like you look at their line of work and then you see a movie like this.
Me, Myself, and Irene, and then this.
And
That's why I think that line where it's like, pull over,
Yeah.
because, Dumb and Dumber.
you said it too with an accent.
Hey,
right?
it's God again.
It's funny, the term Green Book
Yeah.
as well too. So like the meaning of what that
It's so subtle the way they explain it in the film.
and it's
But you really get it.
it really impacted me, and I know like impacted the audience. I think when you find out what Green Book means, and again I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but it's a really deep meaning to that, and I think it's a perfect embodiment. Because like this movie is a road trip movie.
It is.
Like when you think of kind of road trip movies like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles or things like that, there's a lot of similarities in this.
Yes.
Especially the comedy, because there's a lot of comedy, there's a lot of levity in this movie. But it has so much soul and so much heart. It has
a lot of soul, and I think we're gonna be seeing it again for sure.
I think so.
I'm gonna be going back, and I'm gonna take my mom.
Yeah, I want to take my family to see this too.
100%. So I think it's safe to say
this one's a real gem. Feels good saying that.
Are we done?
Yeah, stop freezing. I'm gonna think the video's freezing. I think this movie we kind of debated a little bit in the car in terms of what we're trying to figure out why we shouldn't give this rating, but like it just deserves it. We were beaming leaving the theater, and it
felt good.
It felt good, and watch this movie.
Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe.
Yeah, please.
Did I do it right?
Comment, like, subscribe.
Yeah,
you did it right.
I did it right. I've been watching you for many years now. So,
thank you so much for watching, and we have more content coming, so please stick around.
That was this time.
We'll see you next.